Welcome back, gorgeous people. I got a quick one for y'all today. I wanted to jump on here before I head into sessions this evening and just kind of touch on a topic that a few of you guys have reached out to me about, and that was about my proofing and delivery process in regards to getting photos out to clients for them to select their edits, how much I charge for it, what's my turnaround time, and how I go about it. So I just wanted to jump on here really quick and give y'all a quick video on my process so you can compare it to your process, take some things that you like, or if you just a person who just likes to know how other creatives run their photography business. And a few of you guys have reached out through DM on my Instagram account and through the comments on previous videos when I touch on these subjects briefly. So I want to start from the client coming in and doing a portrait session with us. So portrait session is complete. The client does their hour portrait session. I charge $250 for a studio session in studio and $300 for a locational portrait session. Both of those are 1 hour, and both of those sessions come with 0 edits. So that was the first thing that people ask me about all the time. How do you make that work a la carte? Like what's your response to people paying $250, $300 knowing that there are no edits included? I will say over the years of being a photographer, this year, 2025 makes 13 years I've been a photographer. 13 years. I did not always have this a la carte model. The a la carte model started about 3 years ago. I think in 2021 is when I started the a la carte model. Before that, I had packages that included edits. I won't get into that in this particular video, maybe in a video in the future. But for me, I have no issue with it. I've seen no decline in business from switching over to a la carte these past 3 years from when I had packages that included edits. A client comes in studio, they do their session, they pay $250. Usually they're booking that session in advance, a month out, 2 months out, at least a couple of weeks out that they're booking that session. From there, I use Pixieset to deliver the proof gallery to my clients. And the way I do it is I watermark all of the raw photos and I export the raw photos into low quality JPEGs. So if you've ever exported anything in Lightroom or Photoshop, there's usually a scale between like 1 and 10 for quality. I'm exporting at level 3. So I export all of the raws unedited. I do not touch them up. That was another question that a few of you guys have asked me. You guys asked me if I edit a bunch of photos and then send them out to clients for them to select and then they pay. No, that is way too much work. I send them the unedited JPEGs, which are the RAWs converted into JPEG with my watermark on them, and they're low quality. Like I said, I export them at level 3. I upload all of those into a gallery on Pixieset. I've been using Pixieset for probably 3 years now. I've been using Pixieset, and before I used Pixieset for about 5 or 6 years, I used Dropbox. But as I started to get deeper into my business and wanting to be more professional and offer better options to my clients in regards to, just making it easier for them to favorite their photos, comment on particular things that they want retouched in the photos. Pixieset is much easier to use and it also looks better than Dropbox. And when I started comparing the prices, Pixieset wasn't even that much more expensive than Dropbox. Once you get past the free subscription, I want to say it may have been extra $3 to $5 a month, which for the type of work that I do, that's minimal, which seemed very worth it to me, honestly. So I upload the full gallery to Pixieset and I send it out to my client. And I give my clients 30 days to select their photos. I know some people do a week, 2 weeks. I like to do 30 days. I think that's the sweet spot. So I keep their galleries open to them for 30 days. So sometimes clients will receive their gallery, pick their photos in 3 to 4 days. I edit them and send them back. And then they still may have another 2 or 3 weeks to make selections if they want to add on additionals at a later date, which also is a great way to get additional business. So a client might come in and they may select 5 photos or 10 photos in that first week, pay for them and get them returned. And if you know that their gallery is about to expire in a week or so, that's an easy email to follow up like, hey, I know we did this portrait session 3 weeks ago, just to let you know the gallery will expire in the next 5, 6, 7 days. If there were a few more that you want to retouch, let us know before it expires. And sometimes that does lead into an additional sale of 2, 3, 5 edits. I've seen it happen. It actually just happened the other day. So I charge $25 per edited photo that clients select, and that's with a 10-day turnaround. That's my standard turnaround time. They could get them faster. It all depends on how much work I have to get out and how many other galleries I have to finish in a certain time frame. But I give myself up to 10 days. Sometimes clients get them back in 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, or sometimes the next day. It depends on what my workload is. But if a client does want rushed photos, which rushed to me is within 48 hours, it's $50 an edit. So if you want to guarantee to get your photos back within 24 to 48 hours, it's $50 an edit instead of $25 an edit. And throughout the year, we sell, it's not a big part of the business, but it's a good amount that it does provide us additional income. When the client gets their Pixieset folder, all they have to do is favorite the photos that they like. And we tell them, hey, when you're done selecting your photos, just shoot us an email and let us know when you're done. Once we get that email back from the client that states, hey, these are the 10 photos I want to move forward with, we send them an invoice for the 10 photos. And then once they pay the invoice is when they start their 10 days of delivery time. So sometimes clients will email you and say, hey, I've selected my photos, and you send them an invoice, and they don't pay the invoice for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Sometimes you have to keep sending them reminders, and they pay it on that 4th day. Well, their 10 days of delivery starts the day that you pay your invoice, not when you say, hey, I've picked my photos, or not when you do your photo shoot. Because sometimes clients think that as well. They think, hey, there's a 10-day turnaround. They think it's 10 days from their portrait session, even though they took 6 or 7 days to select their photos. So we're very clear in regards to that when we're corresponding with our clients and in our contract, so they know that information. So once I'm done retouching all of the photos for the client, I create a new folder in their gallery called edits or finals. And that's where I upload all of the actual high quality retouched JPEGs. And then I send those out to the client. Thank you for working with us. Your photos are in this folder. You do have X amount of days to add additionals if you would like to. Just reach out to us and let us know if there are any additional photos that you would like retouched before your gallery expires. So that's my entire process, pretty straightforward regarding proofs being sent to clients, regards to them favoriting photos and adding comments on photos for certain things that they want retouched, and how I re-deliver the final product to my client as well. So if this was valuable, like, subscribe. And if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments below, or reach out to me through social media if there's any topics that you want me to make videos about in the future, because sometimes these topics are super valuable to people who are just starting out, or people who are looking to pivot in their business. And as someone who's been doing it so long, they seem kind of like, these topics sometimes seem kind of boring to me, or like they're not valuable enough to make a video about. But when I realized probably about 6 to 7 of you guys asked me this same question, I was like, oh, like, this is actually a thing. Like, so if there's any other topics that are like this, or little things that I've brought up in other videos that I didn't kind of explain deep enough, just let me know and I'll try to make a video on it for you. So until next time.